Hey everybody, my name is Brittany Ray, and today I'm going to be talking about what you need to know in photography. I'm going to be talking about exposure, motion, depth, and noise, composition, focus, and light. And the first one I'm going to be talking about is exposure. And exposure is how light or dark an image is. And the exposure of a photograph is based on three main settings, all of which you can use by learning manual mode, and which is aperture, shutter speed, and ISO. And aperture is the size of the opening in the lens, and the shutter speed is how long the camera sensor is exposed to light. And the ISO is how sensitive the camera sensor is to light. And next, I'm going to be talking about motion, depth, and noise. Those elements affect the rest of the image. Shutter speed, for example, affects motion. Anything that moves while the shutter is open will become a blur. So slow shutter speeds create blur, while faster shutter speeds freeze the motion. Aperture also affects how much of the image is in focus. You've probably seen portraits with dreamy, out of the focus backgrounds and landscapes images where nearly every detail is sharp. That's all controlled through aperture. ISO affects more than just exposure as well. High ISOs create noise or a graininess to an image, so higher ISOs don't get you the good image quality that a lower ISO does. We're talking about composition. So once you've mastered exposure and how aperture, shutter speed, and ISO affect the other elements of your image, what are you going to photograph? That's a matter of composition. Changing what you see through the viewfinder by zooming, moving to a different angle, kneeling down, or climbing on a ladder is all a matter of composition. And also where to place the subject in the frame is composition as well. Next is focus. To keep the subject of a photo sharp, you'll need to learn a few different focusing techniques. There are different autofocus modes that help you get your shots sharp. Single point autofocus allows you to choose what portion of the image to focus on. For example, instead of having a camera choose a point for you, you can also set your camera to focus once or to keep focusing, like for photographing sports. Okay, lastly, we're going to be talking about lighting. Understanding light is a matter of knowing how and when to look for it, as well as how to manipulate it. For example, it's easy to find good lighting on a cloudy day or about an hour before sunset. It's also essential to understand where to place the light, like if you should shoot with the sun coming in from behind your subject, off to the side, or in front. Finally, photographers should also know how to manipulate that light or how to use a flash or other studio lighting to get a great image, even if the existing light isn't that great.